So Jeff, tell us about HARP-PS.
So HARP-PS stands for the HIV and Aging Research Project. And it started about 5 years ago when some doctors who had moved to Palm Springs to care for HIV, people living with HIV, were lured down by their institutions with the promise of doing research, clinical research. And many of them are very invested in this. This is why we have the treatments we have today. And they wanted to study the very unique aging population we have in the Palm Springs area. But there was a challenge because these were clinical care organizations. They weren't really designed to do research. They hadn't done it before. And several times they would start projects and they would get canceled by the management. So they got very frustrated and said, you know, we can't trust our institutions to do this with us. We need to do it ourselves. And we need to do it collectively because we have patients all over the valley who go to different providers. If we do it as a group, we have this amazing group of people that exists nowhere else in the world, basically, to have this number of older people living with HIV that we can study. And they were very committed to the idea of doing it with people living with HIV because that was the history of the epidemic and how we got to where we are today. So we got together a group of stakeholders in the community, the providers, people living with HIV, obviously, but also other people in the community, their partners and friends. The service providers was a big element. We have a lot of luck. We're fortunate to have a lot of really good HIV service providers in the valley, and also academic researchers, which is a key point. We don't have a big university in Palm Springs, but nearby in UC Riverside, which has been a tremendous partner. Dr. Brandon Brown has been with us from the beginning of the actual research we've been doing, and also with other institutions in the region, UC San Diego, UCLA, USC. So, put all these things together, and we have a very unique organization that is poised to do some really groundbreaking research.
Chris, how is the Reunion Project important, and why are you making a 4.0?
One thing that's really important about it is that it brings people from our community, across the community and different social groups, and it's put on for local people by local people so that the programs and the breakout sessions that are offered are directed towards needs that we know that are in the community. So some of those needs had to do with learning more about new treatments or getting the latest on a treatment program, and other parts of it have to do with self-expression and being able to live a more complete life, or the life that you were expecting for yourself. One of the programs that we offered at our last session, at our last reunion project, was comics art and HIV. So we had people make a 4-page comic book that not only included drawings, but then part of their story. What part of their life could they express through these drawings? And it was really interesting to see people reveal things about themselves you wouldn't get in a normal conversation. So one of the really important things about the Reunion Project is getting people to be better educated, and then also to look at themselves to help them open up and live that complete life.